This is 210 Local Music Podcast. We bring art, music, and entertainment to you straight from the Alamo City in San Antonio, Texas, where the culture of our past and the innovation and creativity of tomorrow collide. We're there. You can find us online at www.210localmusic.com, on Twitter, and don't forget to like our fan page on Facebook. Here's your host, Mario Zamron.
Thank you for tuning in to 210 Local Music Podcast. I want to start off this week by personally thanking my friend William Ramos. He actually provided the intro for the show. William and I have worked on several projects together over the years, and we always end up using him as a narrator because he's got probably one of the best voices that we've got. So thank you very much, William. I really appreciate it. I'll probably have you record some more stuff as the show goes on. I also want to take this opportunity to thank Ray Ortega. You can find him on thepodcastersstudio.com. Ray allowed me to email him, and I asked him a few questions about getting started with the podcast, and he gave me a little bit of advice, which definitely helped me out. And I definitely wanted to repay that by giving him a quick shout out, as well as letting you all know where to find him, for those that are interested in podcasting. Getting into this week's topic, I did get a chance to interview Michelle Celeste. Whoever goes to the Girl in Coma concerts knows she's the tour manager for the girls. I've gotten to see her on several occasions. I actually met her at the concerts and have kind of kept up with her on Facebook. And I've always found it really interesting what a tour manager does and kind of what it entails. And I definitely wanted to take some time and sit down with her and get her picture of everything. She gets to go on the road with the girls, and as you can hear later on in the podcast, she definitely says that it's definitely a job. Although it's probably one of the most fun jobs that anybody could probably have, she says that it is work. You know, it's not just all fun and games. But I'll let her go ahead and go into that.
Okay, so first of all, is your real name Michelle Celeste?
My real name's Michelle Hasso.
Oh, okay.
That's my middle name, Michelle Celeste Hasso.
Because you're a really hard person to find on social media.
Really?
Well, I mean, social media I could find you, but just doing a Google search, there was hardly anything that came up.
Yeah, that's I kind of like that.
You prefer it that way?
Yeah.
You like the anonymity?
That's why I don't have my last name on my Facebook.
Then I'll take it out.
Yeah, no, I don't
bleep
care, but I don't mind. But that's a reason why. Just because I know some employers will look for your Facebook, stuff like that, and I would rather nobody know my business.
Yeah, well, that's a good practice.
In those terms. I mean, if you're my friend, then obviously I don't give a shit.
Yeah, but as far as businesses and potential employers and everything with the way they're getting, well, hopefully that'll change soon. I don't know. I've heard a lot of people complain about it as well. So where'd the name Knuckles come from then?
The name Knuckles was actually given to me by the girls. Because when I first started with them,
you knocked somebody out, right?
No, you would think so. No, actually, when we were in, I believe it was Lansing, Michigan, if I'm not mistaken. I think we were in this venue, and we were on the road with Hacienda and Sicasera.
Oh, cool.
And we were coming, it was at the end of the night, and the promoter was basically, he was a dude, and he was trying to dick us around, basically, because we're chicks.
Well, I hear that you guys get that a lot. The girls get that a lot.
Well, yeah, not as much as before, because, they've kind of paid their dues, a lot of the venues already know what's up. But at the time, this guy was trying to dick us around and, not give us our money and stuff like that, so he was trying to say that, no, he had paid so much already, da-da-da-da. So then I went, and it was, my first time ever really handling anything, that needed to be handled.
Yeah.
I mean, I was working as the tour manager already, but this was something that I had to handle.
Yeah.
So I went to the back, and I told him, I said, look, man, we're not leaving until we get this money. I was like, so I don't know what the fuck you have to do, but you need to give us our money.
Yeah.
Basically, I ended up coming out, and I got paid. So I didn't leave without getting that money. And so the girls were like, oh shit, man, you're Knuckles. And so then it just stuck. And so yeah, now it's Knuckles. I don't know. It's kind of funny. The stuff that you come up with on the road, it's just ridiculous. Because you're just in the van driving, and you have all these hours. Yeah.
Kind of gets a little crazy.
Yeah, it does.
I saw a Vine of you with, what was it, Warhead? challenge at 3
Oh
a.m.?
yeah, that's me getting peer pressured. Yes, we're hanging out at JJ's after the end of the night. We had went out and everything, and we're there, and they had warheads, and they're like, let's do a warhead challenge. But by this time, they had already had warheads. Like,
so what are the rules of warheads? Warhead challenge.
Well, the warhead is like extremely sour, like, you know. So they wanted to put more, but JJ only had 2 left. So they were like, you got to put them both in your mouth, and you can't spit them out, you can't, all this stuff. And I was like, no, that's stupid. I'm not going to do it. And they're like, just do it. Come on, we want to video it. We want to Vine it. Let's do it. Come on. And I was like, no, it's stupid. No, leave me alone. And at the time, I was actually buying tickets for, I was like, I'm buying tickets. I was buying tickets for the Spurs, I think it was against Golden State. And I was like, I want to get tickets. Shut up. And, you know, they're just continuing. Both of them, man, they're bad. Come on, Shell, just do it. I was like, fuck, fine, give it to me. So I got him and put him in my mouth, and it was all there. And my face got all sour face. It's funny, but it wasn't even bad. And I think it's just because it was 2, but it does get intense for a minute, and then it just goes away.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
But it was still kind of a fun memory, though, to share on Vine.
They're so dumb.
What exactly does a tour manager do?
Well, in my case, like I would... advance the shows. They have a booking agent, so they do all the booking, and then they have so basically Faith sends me emails of what the schedule is, where we're going, you know, and then what I do is I get a hold of the promoters at night events, basically asking, you know, what time do we have to be there, you know, is there going to be a green room, or is, you know, like, just getting, like, are we doing buyouts? Are we getting meal tickets? Or, you know, you just basically...
Same situation of...
Yeah. Is there a certain place you need us to park? What time do you want us to load in? What time is the stage? What time is everybody else going on? Like, you just...
Everything that nobody else would really think about having to do.
So I do that to make sure that when we're going to our next city, we know exactly what we're doing.
Kind of smooth sailing.
Yeah.
So how did you end up in that position?
Well...
How did that happen?
Well,
you said you've been with them for 3 years, right?
Yeah, well, I was with them. Yeah, I mean, this would be the third. It's almost been 3 years, minus last year, because I wasn't doing it last year.
Right.
But I'm going back with them.
Oh, okay.
Like, I decided, I'm really, I don't like the 9 to 5. I'm spoiled from it now. And I've always had the urge to get up and go. Like, if I'm stuck somewhere for too long, I want to get up and go and just go.
Well, this kind of lends itself to that then.
Yeah, it totally helps, because then I miss home and I want to be here when I'm here. So it's good. And now being here and working the whole 9 to 5, even though it's like 2 to 10, it's just not, I don't like it at all.
Yeah.
I feel like I can't do anything. I don't know.
Might as well follow your passion, you know, or at least do something that you enjoy compared to not.
I absolutely love it. Like, there's nothing like being on the road and seeing all the different places and seeing everybody. And then you see the familiar faces. Like, in every city, you see the same people, and it's crazy for them to, like, know who you are too. Like, hey, and it's just it's nice. It's nice to have friends like that, even if they're just acquaintances. It's nice to know that
there's somebody there.
There's familiar faces that really support the girls, and I mean, it's awesome.
Well, shoot, I mean, even especially just with you, not even including the girls, because whenever I see the girls, you know, Fonnie usually comes over and we spend some time talking and everything. But the last time that I really got to spend any time with you guys was at Josabi's when they opened for Blue October.
Okay, yeah.
And I went over to the merch booth and you were setting up and everything, and right away you were like, "Oh, hey, how's it going? How's your wife? I know you guys are expecting." To me, that was awesome. Of course, we're friends on Facebook and everything, but it's a different kind of connection. Like you said, it's not something that I'm used to. I was like, "Oh wow, she actually knows who I am."
I may not remember your name,
right?
But if you come up to me and you're like, "Hey, you remember I met you here?" If you tell me something like that, it'll spark a memory, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I remember you." And they're like, "Yeah," and you know, so I'm real bad with names, but I'm good with faces.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I'm
good with faces. So if I see a face and then we go back again, like, you know, 6 months from then, and I see the same face and they're like, "Hey," and, you know,
Kind of reinforces it.
I'll remember it, yeah. when I first left the girls, the reason why I was, because for some reason I had this in my mind that I was getting older and I needed to settle down, and who was going to settle down with somebody who was going to be gone all the time, and and all this stuff. And then I come home and it's the same thing, the same, all the time, and it's just like, what am I doing? I'm not even interested in anybody or anything like that. So it's just like, why? Yeah, why am I going to be here thinking that something's going to happen when I'm not even trying to make anything happen? So I was like, this is dumb. I need to go back to what I love doing.
Hey, might as well.
Yeah.
Like I said, you gotta love what you do.
Yes, exactly. And I really, really enjoyed being on the road with the girls. Like, I loved it. And that's why it was so hard when I decided to not do it anymore. But when I did leave, they were telling me that their first tour, when I wasn't with them, like, people were asking about me. Where's Knuckles? And Knuckles?
Yeah.
And I missed it. And it warmed my heart knowing that people actually gave a shit. So it was nice.
So then what did get you into it in the first place? How did you end up with the girls?
That's what we're talking about. Well, actually, I've known the girls for a while. The first time I saw them was at, where was it? The Sanctuary?
Oh, wow.
Was it the Sanctuary? Shit, I don't even remember. It was somewhere. It was probably like back in 2004, maybe.
Wow, nearly 10 years.
Yeah, I think it was in 2004, if I'm not mistaken. And actually, my friend Laura, she saw them before me. She's like, you got to check out this band. And I was like, all right, cool. So the next time they played, we went. And we just really enjoyed the music. And we ended up buying, at the time, Jen was drinking. So we ended up buying something to drink for them. Like, buy them a couple of beers. And we're sitting there and... it had to be 2005. Yeah, it had to be 2005. Anyways, so we're drinking and we just like, from there we just became friends. Like, it was just, and then we would, yeah, it was total instant, and it was cool. We had a good time. We would go to like parties. At the time, Jen was with this girl Dee and Danielle, and it was really, really cool because they had like this really cool house, and they would always have like little parties. We would go over and play like drinking games, and just got really, really close. And my parents have a house in Corpus, so whenever they would play, we would stay there, or we went and stayed there a couple of times, and it was just fun. And then I was working as a dispatch for a trucking company.
Oh wow.
And it was during the recession, and a lot of the places went under, and my company was one that went under. So I got laid off, and then the girls were like, hey, we know that you're not working right now. And I remember I was in the children's place when they called me, because I don't know who I was with. I was with somebody who had kids, obviously. Not me, though. But I was with somebody, and I remember getting the call, and they were like, hey, Michelle, we know that you're not working right now. We were wondering if maybe you would want to go on the road with us and tour manage. And I was like, oh, wow, yeah, that's awesome. I was like, can I get back to you on that, though? They're like, yeah, because I didn't want to just be like, yeah, let's do it. And I didn't know what was going on. So at the time, for some reason, I don't know why I cared, but at the time, I was talking to this guy, and I called him, and I was like, hey, what do you think? And he's like, you should do it. It's an awesome opportunity. Do it. And I was like, all right. And like, I got real pumped up, and I called him back. I was like, yeah, do it.
So did they have a tour manager before you, or?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But this was your first time being...
This is my first time tour managing. Manager. But it just, like, I just did it like if I had been doing it.
Yeah.
So it was good. I mean, of course, I still had things to learn. But I learned them, and I mean, I'm still learning little things, but now I think, like, especially with technology, there's like so many programs that you can get like on your app, like apps that you can download to like help you with your numbers and everything. Even though I like the number crunching part of it.
Yeah, it's nice to have it automated.
Yeah, that way I don't have to worry about like now with this next tour coming up, I know that I won't have to worry about it because there's a new app that they're using, and it's just like it'll take count of your inventory and make sure that if you need to order more, you already know how many you have left and what you need, all that stuff. So.
Well, I know you guys used to use Square, right? I think you guys were the first group that I had seen. Well, first time I had ever seen Square. Now I'm actually using it for the podcast. But what kind of app is out now that you guys are going to be
We'll be using Square still, yeah. But as far as like paperwork goes, we'll use different. I think they're using numbers.
Oh, okay.
Numbers, yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Letters.
Letters, numbers, whatever it takes. So you've only done tour managing for Girl in Coma.
Yeah. In fact, I just recently kind of started thinking about maybe doing that with other bands, because I've had other bands ask me. When Natalie from Agent Ribbons, when they came and they played at 502, she came up to me and asked me, said that they were going to go on, because when we toured with them the first time, in fact, I think at Jasabi's when they played, Natalie even said, that they would, she's like, this is for Michelle, or I don't know if she said Knuckles or not. She's like, we would want her to come work with us, but she's monogamous. And then later on, they asked me if I would be interested in going overseas and doing a European tour with them for like a month. But then they ended up breaking up. So that was no fun. And it would have been awesome if I did go and do that with them.
Yeah.
And then also, I had talked to the Coat Hangers, and I told them, because the same thing goes with them. They really liked me, and they were like interested in me going and working with them before. Or, they were like, yeah, it'd be awesome, And so now I wrote to them and told them that I was thinking about doing that, when the girls are not on the road, to go and do it with somebody else. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, so they're like, yeah, we'll definitely keep you in mind, They don't really have anything other than little stuff going on. Mm-hmm. So.
Hey, there's that opportunity. That door's open then.
Yeah, I like it, and I know how to deal with, like, dickhead promoters if need be. So, and it's funny because you wouldn't think, right? Or I don't know, I guess because...
yeah, I've met some promoters and I've met some
Well, no,
club
I'm
owners.
saying, like, I'm sure the promoter is like, what the hell, this little girl is coming, and...
Hey, business is business, right?
Yeah. Like, in Laredo, there's this one promoter who, I don't know what, he was just drunk that night. And we've seen him before and stuff, and we played at the venue a few times, and he was just drunk that night. And at the end of the night, I went and asked him what was the door count, because that's something that I always ask. Mm-hmm. What was the door count, and he was just pulling a number out of his ass basically. And then he's trying to pay me, and he was just drunk, he's drunk. And I was like, dude, how much have you had to drink? You're drunk. I called him out on it, real quick. Yeah. And he was just like, oh, we do so much for you and the girls and da-da-da-da, and, trying to talk shit to me. And I was like, look, this is business. This isn't anything personal, so don't take this personal, but I'm telling you right now, you're fucked up. Yeah. You're supposed to be handling money, not only for your bar, but for the girls. I was like, you're supposed to pay us, and, and I kind of told him some shit, and he got upset about it, and then he's like, you're just so intimidating. You come in here and you're just so intimidating. He's like, why can't you just smile? He's like, you look different when you smile when you come in. And I was just like, it's my fucking face. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but... And he's just like, oh shit, man, I feel like I'm always under the microscope with you, and da-da-da. And I said, I just fucking need to make sure shit is going down right. And anyways, he ended up just talking shit, and then at the end of the night, I felt bad for him because he really did.
I was gonna say, he sounds pretty messed up.
He seemed like he was just I don't know. He was
one of those drunks. You scared him, and
and he tried to come at me for not come at me physically, but he tried to
intimidate you,
tell me some shit, and I was just like, and I pushed right back, and he was just like, oh shit, okay. And then that's when he was just like, well, you're just so intimidating, da da da. And then I ended up telling him, I was like, look, man, don't take any offenses. I'm just letting you know this is business. I was like, cool. It's right now you're just too fucked up. Mm-hmm. I was like, you're too fucked up to be,
handling business.
I was like, this is what the girls do for a living. Right now you may be doing this tonight and promoting your big show for the month. I was like, but
this is how they get
This is
food.
how they do every day. I was like, so, they're not ready to hang out and party and have all this fucking fun. They're ready to work, go back to their room, and get some sleep. And so he kind of got over it, and I even gave him a hug. And I was like, dude, it's cool. I gave him a hug, and then I went in the van. I was like, fuck. And I was telling the girls all about it. Funny stuff. This is Michelle Celeste, and you're listening to 210 Local Music Podcast.
Interested in being the focus of a broadcast? Contact us at 210localmusic@gmail.com or info@210localmusic.com. And don't forget to like our Facebook page.
Thanks again for checking out episode 3 of 210 Local Music Podcast. This was part 1 of a 3-part interview I did with Michelle Celeste, tour manager for Girl in a Coma. Next episode, be sure to tune in as Michelle gives us some survival tips for future tour managers, the hardest part of touring, and a little bit of East Coast versus West Coast. I wanted to start something new this episode, so throughout the episode you've been listening to some sound samples by AFOS, and I'll let him take us out with the full recording of Young and Reckless. See you next time.
Hey yo, this that boy AFOS, and when I'm in your city, I'm looking for one thing, a big booty hoe. You feel me? So look, this goes out to Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, and Georgia, Virginia, Washington, California, and Nevada, New York, North Carolina, Arizona. God, I need a big booty hoe, work. Big booty hoe, big booty. All I need is a big booty hoe, work. Big booty hoe, work. I told her twerk that, fuck around, I might hurt that. Twerk that, fuck around, I might hurt that. Work that, fuck around, I might hurt that. Work that, fuck around, I might hurt that. I like big butts, man, I can't deny that. 34, 28, 38 is my preference. I don't know what it is. Guess I'm an ass man. So if your ass fat, girl, I need a lap dance. Pause. Twerk that ass for me, chick. You know the deal. Face down, ass up in those red bottom heels. Make that ass talk to me. You know what I like. If conversation rule the nation, girl, your future bright. I'm talking money. Watch me throw it up, make it rain on her. My whole session full of smoke, we keep them things load up. Drinking like I need to be in rehab. And smoking like a hippie need a peace band. Fuck it, ayo, I'm way too trill. I'm young and I'm getting it. Call that Meek Mill. Say fuck them other niggas, cause I'm all about that moolah. Oklahoma, snap back on, bitch, cause I'm the ruler. it down low till the levee break. But don't let it touch the floor, make it levitate. Do it, for them dollars, ho. Do it, for them dollars, ho. Twerk that, fuck around, I might hurt that. Twerk that, fuck around, I might hurt that. Work that,